All right. Hi, Dr. Coolum. I'm Patrick with TLU, and this is my explainer video. So I did the skeletal system, but I specifically decided to focus on Chapter 14-1, the functions. So let's just go ahead and get into it. So starting with basic anatomy of the skeletal system, there are four basic components of the skeletal system. You have the bones, which provide support, protection, allow movement of the body. The bones work in blood formation, and the bones also work in detoxification. You have cartilage, which supports your nose, your ears, and your ribs. You have tendons, which support and attach your muscle to bone, and you have your ligaments, which support and hold bones together. Now, we do have some structures of the bones. One of the main portions are the long bones, which is the most common type of bone, and then bones contain many different parts, and each part is different. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about basically the parts of a bone and break those down. So, all right, so we have some appropriate terminology. Now, all these terms are kind of just parts of the bone, so let's go and break it down. We have the diaphysis, which is the shaft of the long bone. We have the epiphysis, which is each end of the bone. And you have the metaphysis, which is sandwiched between the diaphysis and the epiphysis. So it's kind of that middle part between the epiphysis and the diaphysis. You have the periosteum, which is a tough connective tissue sheath that covers the outer surface of all bones. So it's kind of like a wrapping around all bones. You have the cortical bone, which is where the periosteum attaches to. You have the medullary cavity, which is the hollow cylinder inside the diaphysis. You have the endosteum, which is a thin membrane that surrounds the medullary cavity. You have the osteoblasts, which are the cells that produce the matrix of new bone tissue, and osteogenesis is that process of making bone tissue. And then you have the bone matrix, which consists of cells, collagen fibers, and a gel that supports and suspends the fibers. And also that's where the calcium phosphate crystals give bone its hardness, which is why they're really hard. So we just have some word conjunction breakdowns for these kind of big words. You have endosteum, diaphysis, epiphysis, medullary, osteoblast, osteogenesis, periosteum, and cortical. So for that first word, endosteum, pronounced endosteum, the suffix is which means tissue or structure. The prefix is end, which means within, and the root word is oste, which means bone. You have diaphysis, diaphysis, and it's the Greek meaning for growing between. You have epiphysis, and that prefix epi means above or upon, and the root word means physis, which means growth. And then you have medullary, medullary. You have that suffix, which "ary" means pertaining to, and the root word medul means middle. And then you have osteoblast, osteoblast. That suffix blast means germ cell, and the root word osteum again means bone. Osteogenesis, that suffix genesis means the creation, and that root word again, osteo, means bone, so it's the creation of bones. Periosteum, that suffix is tissue, that prefix peri means around, and that root bone. Cortical suffix means pertaining to, root cortic means cortex. Some abbreviations: THP is total hip prosthesis, THR is total hip replacement, TKA is total knee arthroplasty, open reduction, internal fixation, NSAID, over the counter, just some basic ones pertaining to bone structure and stuff like that. So overall, the skeletal system is important to healthcare because it's the structural framework of the body, and the skeletal system is essential and critical for overall health and survival, and everything kind of just goes through the skeletal system. So that's just a little bit of the skeletal system. Thanks for listening.